front yard. Shots going through your window. We got a lot of blocks like this in East New York. This side of the hood is not the projects, but it's still the hood.
New York, New York, New York, New York, New York.
100% powder, extra raw.
I draw first blood, it's over with in that sack. New York, New York.
Ruby, introduce yourself so the audience knows who you are, and then we'll get into your interesting interaction. Thank you so much for coming on the show, too, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I mean, I had reached out once I saw that they were like doing. Wait, why do I have like an echo of me in my ears? Drive me insane. Hold on. Why would that be happening? Sorry, I'm really bad at tech stuff. Headset. Let me just see if I can just do it.
Me
without
too.
this on.
You would think I had a YouTube tech channel or something.
All right, can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes. I can't hear you.
Okay,
Okay.
I think this might just be better for some reason. Anyway, so I'm Ruby. I am chaos. I barely function, and I have a YouTube channel where I've been sharing that. I share a lot of my life. I was a musician for my 20s, and then I started a channel like during the pandemic early. I wanted to be like ContraPoints and do like leftist, like feminist commentary. And then I got in a fight with Atheism is Unstoppable. We became friends, and then I relapsed and disappeared for a few years. And now I'm back.
Ooh, are you clean? Are you sobered up now, or?
Yes, I've been
Good
clean
for you.
for almost 2 years.
Good for you.
Thank you.
It's
I mean, I'm on
it's-
methadone, for full disclosure, methadone, and I still smoke weed, occasional Bud Light, but I was a fentanyl and crack addict. So for me, this is very clean and sober living.
Oh my God! I'm glad you're okay, man. That's a tough one to overcome, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to have a lot of support in my family and friends. And I just am lucky. I feel like I was saved by God in my experience. Even though I was an atheist, it was a very weird experience, but I've just been kind of sharing this journey with people. And that's how I intertwined with the Thorps. And now they try to make my life hell. So.
Yeah. So how did that happen? And you could go into this because I did. You know what's funny is that I felt I didn't want to approach you about it because I didn't know what, like, if you wanted to really go public with it or, but you said you did. And so explain your story because I think a lot of people need to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I share my life. I IRL stream like every day, and then I have like 2 weekly podcasts I do, Celebrity Sunday, and then I have LOL Angels that I co-host. So wait, what was the question? Sorry, I had weed right before this.
It's okay. I can relate to that. How did you start? What happened? How did the Thorps get into your circle and cause you to been a nightmare for you?
So basically, I started my channel again, and I reached out to Grace to do an interview because I was curious about her and her family.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
And I started streaming with them, and I thought that they were playing into a bit, and it was characters, and I was having this great time, and then they started really wanting to meet up, and we met up. We had fun streaming, but I just perceived them to be very mentally ill, but also playing up the mental illness.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
But they're like that round the clock. We ended up hanging out a lot actually over the summer, until the abuse became more and more in front of me, and then he started aiming it towards me. And then there was an incident where Grace showed up on my porch with a bruised face that really shook me up. We were at like a
What?
Burger King. I was like, yeah. And the thing is, I hesitate speaking on some of it because it's such a sensitive situation, and they like this weird attention. So I'm still like trying to figure out what the best way to navigate it is without like just giving them what they want. It's a very sick situation. I believe he's NPD and she's BPD for sure. But he's a psychopath, evil.
MPD is multiple personality disorder, right?
Narcissistic personality disorder.
And I thought you said okay, yeah, 100%. Have you seen the streams where he's like trying to indoctrinate her into like he like mixes God and he's like brainwashing her into believing that all of his problems are due to her and not him at all? Like, did you ever see that? It's insane.
They did it to the wife first, and she has a restraining order, and the rest of the kids have mostly gotten away, but they have, divorce and court hearings for other legal issues they've had. And it's just a very messy situation, but I have a messy family. I have a messy life, so I think I over-sympathized with them, and ultimately that got me enmeshed, and I decided to part ways in September. And since then, they started covering every stream I do every day. Like, this has been going on since
Me too.
September, and I was starting to get better at ignoring it, and then they escalated to driving to my house and chasing me to my job while shouting my name in my city. And it was really scary. I had a box cutter. I was like, I called the cops. I had to hide from them. It was actually a really fucked up situation, you know?
Wait, so like they came to like your house in your driveway, or they came to around your area?
I live like on a street and I had to leave for work and it was right when they were pulling in. So I literally had ducked behind a church near my house and I saw them drive by my house, which they would also, when we were friends, they would just show up at my fucking house. They don't believe in boundaries as a concept. It's cult like. It's very cult like.
Holy shit. See,
Yeah,
they
it's
didn't even
fucking
do
bizarre, but like they like this negative attention. They want Ben has given up on getting positive attention, so he just wants to be the big bad wolf on YouTube. Like, oh, no one platforms me because they're scared. He loves like that power because it's the only power he has in his fucked up life. The van is falling apart, smells of human shit. They don't bathe at all. Even when we were in hotels, they would not shower or brush their teeth. It was clear mental illness. And as a mentally ill person, I was like, okay, like I get it to a degree.
So
But
you
they took it
really
way too
interacted
far.
with them. I never really like you were like you hung out with them and shit like that. I never went even like
I
they
wanted to be
never
friends with Grace. Yeah, she has a lot of redeeming qualities. But it's like something that switches on and off. And I don't know, he has complete control over her and her entire perception of reality.
Yeah,
He turned her
100%.
against me, and now I'm the new like Courtney, like their ex-wife that they make video after video after video about. It's psychotic. It is psychotic.
So now do you have any kind of like do you have a restraining order on them? Like what's going on now?
So what I did was when they showed up at my house and like chased me to work and I had like a box cutter for self-defense and literally was like thought we were going to get into some kind of alteration like that. That day my male coworker was there and he was like looking out in the front of the bookstore. They went to a different bookstore that was very close by. They were just like a block away from us. But I went into the basement and hid until they were at IKEA. And then I came back up and I called the police and I said that I just got chased by these people who have been, you know, surveilling me online and watching my every move for going on 6 months now since I've said no, no collab, nothing. The only thing I did was when I've seen Grace have breakdowns and I think she's going to break free, I've still offered her a place to stay, you know,
I wouldn't
but
do that.
they've gone into like dragging my dead brother and my family and just really sick
Oh fuck
shit.
them.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and
evil. It's pure evil.
it's funny now their channel got demonetized, which I just literally proved with evidence I had nothing to do with. And actually
They
the
also
person
pretended to stalk me too. I had a concert. I had this IRL trip that Friday. They chased me to my job Tuesday, called the police, applied for a restraining order the next day, denied. Applied for another restraining order, denied. And then I had this IRL trip and they posted that they were going to go to the concert. And then someone called the concert and I was not allowed in because they said I was threatening a box cutter attack. They like used the things against me. And it's like, I had no weapon and I'm getting refunded, thankfully. And I got refunded like the same day that they got demonetized. So it's like, all right, some wins. Anyway, I'm like
Yeah.
babbling.
No, you're not babbling. What's amazing is I feel like it's such a blueprint with what they're doing. It's like I got the gas powered firearm. They're like, he got a firearm and they're trying to make themselves out to be a victim. And I actually
Yep.
bought.
And then she always denies her dad's there, like the 6'7" domestic violence guy who's on video hitting his children and like his partner and Grace. Like,
I saw
as if there's
that.
no reason to be afraid of the 7-foot tall man. I live alone. I walk to work alone, and these people are hunting me and then gaslighting me for being afraid. Like, bro, it's fucking scary. They're scary psychos who are in reality. So
Yeah.
I worried for you too. They've been in your town for a week surveilling you. It's psychotic.
Yeah, dude, they're just like they're trying to do a lawsuit against me, right?
They've literally threatened hundreds of those. Like, it's all just ploys to get quick attention, quick money. But Grace is 8, like she's getting older. They're not taking care of themselves. The whole thing is falling apart. You know, I just hope that it doesn't end in like death.
Horribly,
One
yeah,
of them
yeah.
to each other.
But you know what, though? They're both narcissists, so they think that they're in the right and everyone else is in the wrong. And from what I hear, they're stream sniping me right now.
Oh, of course.
Of course they are.
Yeah, the answer's
Let's-
still no, bitch. Don't come to my house where I will call the police again and I'm going to apply for another restraining order. Get new content, okay? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
dudes.
I know I'm your thinspo, but get new content, bitch.
So listen, give me a link to your channel. I'll put it in the description so people could check you out. Thank you so much for coming on. I wanted you to come on so people could see this is what their MO is.
Yeah.
So
And even still, I wish them well. I pray for both of them that they can find a way to live that doesn't harm people. You know, they're free to make fun of my content. It actually has worked well. Just push more people to my channel. They look crazy. And like, yeah, I look crazy too. La-di-da, it's the fucking internet. But
I'm
I don't know. I
shirtless with
think
a
I'm a different level than them.
I'm shirtless with a police hat on right now, so I'm insane too. But there's different kinds of insane. All right,
I'm glad that you are ready to protect yourself because I don't know how far they're willing to push things. They're not in reality. And it's scary. It
no,
is
they're
scary.
not, and their audience isn't either. But that's a totally different story.
Dude, a lot of it is people troll them on purpose to try to get them arrested because they think it's funny, but like it's all sick and it's not they're playing with our lives, man. It's not cool. But so I pray for you and your family too that you guys can, not have this be too stressful. And maybe it's good. Got you to get, weapons, gonna get training, be ready to
Yeah,
protect yourself. Oh,
it's
and I'm
funny.
Ruby Space Tech everywhere.
Yeah, she's everywhere, and I'll like DM me links to your stuff, and I'll put them in the description here so people can check them out. And
Awesome.
I really appreciate you coming on and giving your side of the story on that.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.